Welcome
All right, yo,
back.
what's up, guys?
Welcome
What's up,
back.
guys?
I'm
What's up?
fighting you for this intro. Welcome
Yo.
back.
Yo, at the podcast intro, Monday Night Raw. I'm coming for you, Ron. I'm gonna on Monday night.
Well, I'm glad you cursed within the first minute, so I can briefly get mad about the situation at the front of the week, where I learned if you turn on restricted mode on youtube.com and look at the channel that this podcast is uploaded to, the podcast vanishes. Now, I did extra research and I did a bit of sleuthing, and I figured out, it's just a bunch of legacy YouTubers just bitching and moaning. Restricted mode doesn't do anything actually outside of just not show you videos with curses. And that's it.
Yeah.
But it's strange because there is a achievement hunter live stream of one of their podcasts from like 2017, and Jeremy very clearly says fuck in the middle of it, and somehow that is visible on restricted mode. Don't know how that works, and I think that's kind of
I completely agree, and I think YouTube never mind. But no. YouTube, I'm coming for you, pal.
Oh, man.
All right? You better lace up, partner, because I got a knuckle sandwich with your name on it.
Oh, man.
YouTube.
We gotta be like Miss Rachel and just be as child-friendly as possible on this podcast.
Yeah. If the pod ever comes out on April Fool's Day, like we get a nice Saturday, April 1st, dude.
Yeah.
We do the baby podcast, the podcast Northwest Trenches for Babies.
Yeah. We set up like fake photo shoots at the Walmart fucking backgrounds. And we go, Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast.
Yeah, my favorite color's orange.
And then it's Trump's skin in the background. Just like this. This is my favorite type of orange.
Right.
I just hope that whenever the restricted mode stuff is done, the podcast can be pulled up again. All that I know is that legacy YouTubers love to complain about everything under the sun, especially since they made like $100,000 in the past 15 years at minimum. But that doesn't affect the podcast. That doesn't affect the people who view the podcast, because now I have found out that devices without accounts do not block the podcast. I had to search that out.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So, hopefully, you will see this podcast. I did do a surprise. I didn't talk about this before the pod. I did a surprise upload of last week's video, the podcast, on rumble.com.
Wait, what?
I put the podcast on rumble.com on Monday morning.
Dude, that's fucking...
Just to see if it would stay on the on the website.
Did it?
It did. It got 5 views in less than an hour, and I was like, "Holy shit! The traction's crazy."
If they let a frickin' Nick Fuentes stream on there, I feel like we're fine.
Yeah.
You know. What if Rumble is our big break?
Oh man.
You know.
Can you imagine Rumble affiliated Northwest Trenches? But we have to talk about every like political scene drama every week. Would that be our main ticket seller?
Honestly, yeah, we probably if we get like who else is on Rumble besides him? Aren't the
Tim
Hodge
Pool.
twins?
Tim Pool's
Tim
on there.
Pool sucks though.
Yeah,
But
I don't like his hat. He needs to get rid of the
Hodge
hat.
twins. I think the Hodge twins are on Rumble. They're pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Twitch streamer Mizkiff got a deal, and then he never streams on there.
That's funny. I tried watching a Nick Fuentes live stream, and it was like, yeah, it starts at 8, and then it had the intro thing going for like 4 hours straight, and I was like, fuck this, I'm going to bed.
Similar fashion, WWE had a live stream today where 20 minutes of it was loading and waiting, and then it was a 1-minute announcement to say the next WrestleMania is in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, we have the WWE, the great WWE. They're going to Saudi Arabia. I love it. It's great. The Undertaker's gonna be there.
Yeah, he's gonna suplex a guy somehow.
Saddam Hussein. They're bringing Saddam Hussein back, everybody.
Hell yeah.
That's what they told me. I'm not
he's back
lying.
from the dead.
He's
makes
back
my
in
bed.
The Iron Sheik is going to do a tag team match with him. It'll be amazing.
Oh man, yeah. So Saudi Arabia doesn't have just the Royal Rumble, but also WrestleMania next year. So out of the 4 to 5 major events, which would be like Royal Rumble in January, WrestleMania in April, Money in the Bank in June area, and SummerSlam in August, and then there's Survivor Series in November. Out of the main 5, 2 of them are in Saudi Arabia next year.
Nice. Good for Saudi Arabia. Friend of the show, Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
We're so happy for you. We love you, Saudi Arabia.
Well, according to last week's podcast, they own the majority of the casinos on the Las Vegas Strip, so we must respect them.
Didn't a Saudi guy buy out the WWE or something a couple years ago?
I don't think so.
I thought there was a Middle Eastern country that bought out WWE or was thinking about it or something.
They just have a very long pay-per-view deal. Like, they're still trapped in the pay-per-view deal. They started that shit up in 2015, and it was house shows, and then it turned into pay-per-views, and now it's like the big pay-per-views. So 3 years from now, hopefully the contract's done. But it also makes a bunch of money, and the UFC are starving for money, so they might have to force WWE into Saudi Arabia more often.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see like Middle Easterners take over the WWE, like Dagestani guys from Russia have taken over the UFC.
Okay.
I think that would be pretty. I honestly think that would be awesome because I one thing I noticed with like people from the Middle East, right, is like they grow out beards, obviously, but they grow out really good beards, like that are easily sculpted. So I've seen some of these like Saudi guys with like these sculpted ass faded, like they got a fade in their fucking beard and shit like that. Like, think of how tight that would look in the ring. Like some dude with like faded sideburns that like they're like straight edge lines like coming down. Like that would be fucking tight as fuck to see a guy like that.
Now, I'm not going to accuse the country of Saudi Arabia of something, but I will make a point of saying I do not remember them being that rich in like 2010. I don't know where all this money came from. It's kind of similar to South Korea in a way, where they just spontaneously have money now. I don't know what happened. I don't know where it came from. But hey, it's fine. It won't affect the American economy totally. Totally not.
Yeah, and I mean the WWE is part of the government, the economy is part of the government, so like
yeah,
you're not wrong.
Yeah,
You're not far off, I don't think.
It's just kind of strange. That's all, because I swear, like 2010, if you told me like the most popular, like financially wealthy places, it's like Switzerland, Great Britain sometimes, and then America. And then maybe China right after.
China.
But now it's like Saudi Arabia's at the top, and South Korea's pretty high up there, and then Japan's like right below them. So I don't know. Maybe it's just how the markets are. I know South Korea has a lot of like technology boom, so that makes sense there.
Oh yeah, that's like I'm pretty sure the thing with South Korea is that like the majority of their economy comes from the tech sector, you know. I could be wrong about that, but that's something I feel like I heard at one point.
Gotcha. It's just something that I haven't really brought up on the pod before, how extreme that is, where they just suddenly got all that money. I'm not saying anybody dotted I's wrong, or anybody like wrote their scripture incorrectly when passing a few bills. I'm not saying any of that, I swear. It's just surprising.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And man, whew. You know what I was thinking about recently, actually?
What were you thinking about recently, actually?
How much my fantasy football team sucks ass.
Are you failing? Are you failing at fantasy football?
I am epic failing my fantasy football team.
Dude, epic fail smosh style.
Yeah.
On the epic fail smosh
I had
style
the skinny nerd guy. Epic fail!
Yeah. I forgot that, dude.
And he like points down every time too. He's like, epic fail!
Yeah, epic fail!
Oh, that guy's awesome. I want that guy to write a postcard in for the podcast.
Yeah. Fucking legendary poll, dude. Legendary poll.
But yeah, most of my players, at least for week 1, awful. And then last night, I had 3 guys playing the same game, and they were all terrible. 3 guys are supposed to equal out to like 30 points on average. This group of 3 only got me 13 points.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. 13 is that's an unlucky number in some cultures.
Yeah, I might have to do some sacrifices in order for my team to work. I'm not saying what kind, but sacrifices.
Yeah. Yeah. Are we deep enough in the show that I can talk about the Charlie Kirk assassination?
I think we can, and I'll just title this something else completely and see what the algorithm does.
Sorry, I thought of something that's funny, but it's kind of in bad taste.
Yeah.
But no, titling the show. But titling the show like a Charlie, like rest in peace Charlie Kirk, and then we do the fire. We do a picture of it with fire on the bottom.
Yeah, the continued trend on the thumbnails of having stock fire image every time. Yeah. Hell yeah.
No. Yeah, no, this guy got really gruesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like, for some reason, that was one of the rougher like person dying videos I've ever watched, I think.
Yeah. It kind of felt like
I was trying to figure out why.
It kind of felt like you were in the crowd for a Sniper Elite video game and you watched a guy get sniped in front of you. That's like the perspective that I was getting, is that like the sniper from Sniper Elite just fucking destroyed a guy, is all that I could picture.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Fucking yeah, I don't know. Personally, anybody who's been watching the show for a while will know this. Probably can already anticipate. I think it's a thing. I think there's something there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's there. So, I don't know. I guess just where do I even fucking start here? I guess I'll start at the beginning. All right.
Okay.
So, in the months leading up to this, Charlie Kirk has been he's always been known for being like real hardline pro-Israel, right? Just like super pro-Israel guy. A lot of other people who like on the left and right just really didn't like him for that, and I honestly was one of them, you know. But I didn't hate the guy enough to see his fucking jugular get blown out and his fucking blood spilling everywhere. You know, I had to like.
I saw the video.
I did not like him that
pretty quickly into the situation. I was like, well, how do I describe it? You know, and I had to like try not to make it too gross as a description in my head. But first his entire neck reacts, and then his neck spills out a fountain of blood. And honestly, people are saying it was the jugular. I don't think it was the jugular, though. I think it was like right next to it.
It had to be. Yeah, but but the force of the round would have ruptured it for sure.
Gotcha.
100%.
So a fountain of blood comes out and he tips over out of his chair. A crowd goes crazy and they're screaming his name and they're running away from the situation. People first thought it was an old man who was like this homeless guy. And they arrested him, and then he was like, I didn't do it. I literally do not have a hunting license. I can tell you what I did this morning.
Yeah, he was a patsy.
Yeah. So they quickly took that guy and pulled him to the side and said, well, you're fine. We did a background check and we did like several different kind of checks on this guy. He's not the killer. So then it becomes a manhunt. At the same time, Mr. Kirk has passed. He bleeds out in a hospital. Probably bled out before the hospital, but they say he bled out of the hospital. And he leaves behind a family. So it's very tough for me to relate to people who praise his death or praise the idea that more guys like him should die. And it really pissed me off to see especially cringe ex-users saying that it's the best possible thing they could have seen happen today. Blah, 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 blah.
No, and it's definitely not because, like, you know, I think that there are bigger forces behind this, you know, and I think that if this was a random person that really wanted to kill somebody, like, you know, a member of the populace, right? They're going to go for the fucking bigger guy. Like, Charlie Kirk is just a talking head. He just goes out there and says stuff, and then he goes home. Or he goes back to his hotel or whatever.
Well,
right?
There's also the thing
you look at a guy... No, let me continue.
Okay.
If you look at a guy like J.D. Vance, for example, who was Peter Thiel and Alex Karp's little errand boy, who is essentially only in his position in government so that Palantir goes through so that we have mass surveillance on, like, wide scales of the American people, okay? I'm just saying, Charlie Kirk and J.D. Vance, you know, who's you know, who would I lose less sleep over?
Well,
you know?
I just know a lot of, I've mentioned this before on the pod actually, of people I know who kind of are hoping more people die in that kind of manner.
Now see,
And
that's the other thing is that
it scares me.
I can't like I can't sit here and not completely condemn political violence, as a joke, right? Um, it's like these people, they feel so safe in their position of power that they just blatantly do shit like assassinate Charlie Kirk in front of an audience and make sure the video is circulated everywhere. Like, the main thing about this, okay, so I'll get back to my storyline here. In the months leading up to this, Charlie started slowly turning heel on Israel, saying like, well, there's some good evidence that Jeffrey Epstein either was propped up or was completely made by the Mossad. He started talking about like the truths about 9/11 regarding Israel's involvement, okay, and the dancing Israelis, things like that. So he goes to this public event, this public speaking event, and he gets shot. Now there's two guys behind him doing like hand signals. At this point, I'm not 100% sure if that's something, but I find it very odd.
I feel like at least the guy on the right, he was standing in the sun, so maybe he was readjusting his hat.
And maybe he was.
And maybe the guy in the left of him, and the video would be the right of him. Maybe him twitching his right arm up was not a signal with his hand, but maybe like the sun caught his eye and he was trying to cover his eye.
No, it wasn't even that, because he does this. He goes.
Okay.
Who does that? I mean, I don't know. Maybe he was smacking a fly, but who looks... Yeah, I don't know. I'd at least look at the fly on my arm before I fucking smacked it. I don't know about you, but... I mean, like I said, maybe there's something there and maybe there's not. So
maybe one of those two guys was like a sign language interpreter. We don't know.
That is not. Not
I'm leaving it open. You never know.
No. That was not sign language. If that was sign language, that dude was like reading one word per minute.
Yeah,
like
dude.
He's still on like 3 questions ago from the crowd.
He was the gang sign lady from forever ago during that court case.
Yeah, imagine they just start throwing up gang signs behind the guy.
They just put up a Crip sign as quickly as they can and call it a day.
But so that all happened. So here is my current theory on why this was done and why they would do this.
Do you know what came up today?
What came up today?
They caught the guy.
That's a C. It's either a patsy or an MK Ultra.
They caught the guy. He was 22 years old. He had early exposure to weaponry when he was literally like 8. He is 22 now, and he literally had a backpack filled with ammunition for his weapon and kept it in a case when he went up the stairwell directly about like 200 to 400 yards away from Mr. Kirk. If he has practice using the weapon, then obviously it'd be kind of strange if it wasn't this guy.
Yeah. Well, let it be known that there has been multiple in like the past 20 years, like 20, there's been multiple, mass killers, we'll call them, and multiple of these assassins that do these things like this usually have some kind of like message history or something with either the FBI or the CIA. We don't know that. Well, let me finish.
Sorry, I keep trying to jump on you.
However, it's happened before, and it's public knowledge that there were, for example, Thomas Crooks, the attempted Trump assassin. He shot guns at a gun range that the FBI would commonly, train at. His cell phone, picked up calls from like Washington D.C. and I think fucking Langley and like places like that. So like, you can say, oh, this guy was just, he was just fed up with what Charlie was saying. there might have been a little birdie tweeting in his fucking ear the same way as Thomas Crooks, the same way as the guy from fucking the one Alex Jones got in trouble for. That guy too. The FBI was in contact with him. Agents were.
Mr. Hooks.
They didn't just know.
I can say that without getting in trouble. Mr. Hooks.
Yeah. But so no, like, yeah, sure, like that's credible enough. But when you add that extra layer of like, hey, these motherfuckers have done this shit before. It kind of, muddies the water a little bit. And I mean, there's verifiable evidence of this shit happening,
all right. So I'm just going to say Mr. Crooks has roughly the same age range as this guy.
Yes.
But there was no armed security type people at this campus.
No.
It was literally a bunch of unarmed guys, just like normal campus security unarmed guys.
Yeah.
And they literally could not terminate this fellow on the spot like Mr. Crooks.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know if that was like something. I don't know if that's something that should be, paid attention to, or because I don't know what his normal security detail entails. I don't know if he'd normally have somebody carrying with him or something. But I mean, even if those two guys standing behind him, if they weren't doing nothing sus, like, it wouldn't surprise me if one of them was carrying a 9mm, but at 200 yards or whatever, you ain't gonna hit shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get what you do. But I wanna get into what this means. Okay, what was the meaning behind them taking out Charlie Kirk? And the thing is, so I talked how it's like, somebody could go after a politician and much more wouldn't get done.
Yeah.
So them targeting Charlie Kirk was probably the best guy they could target. He's a very big loudmouth. He's like huge with like Turning Point USA. He's a family man. I mean, when it comes to right-wing commentators too, and I've been saying this to a lot of people, and people have been agreeing with me, is that the things Charlie Kirk would say weren't even that bad compared to like somebody like, if you look at like just Republican commentators and the shit some of these people say, this guy was way less inflammatory than like almost all of them.
This is like a big comparison in my head, at least, but he is like way quieter than like a Steven Crowder. And they were essentially doing the same thing. They were doing like an open forum trying to correct what the colleges were not teaching right.
Yeah, and he wasn't antagonistic to these people. Sometimes he would shit test them and stuff, that just kind of happens. But like, oftentimes he was pretty respectful to the people he was talking to, and would actually like go out of his way to hear their point of view and like offer a rebuttal in a non-inflammatory, antagonistic way.
He wouldn't go all seething like Destiny in a 1v10.
Yeah, he wouldn't unload on somebody and call him a fucking retard like Nick Fuentes would, or like, Matt Walsh would, get pretty nasty with someone. Even Candace Owens, I would say, is much more inflammatory than Charlie Kirk was.
Yeah.
And that's what made him the perfect guy, because he's probably the most likable out of all of those guys. Like, even like, I think Hassan Piker, even like,
Hassan's bad, man.
I would have expected Hassan. No, actually, he was like mature for once. I expected him to be like, oh, thank God this guy's dead. But no, he's just like, ooh.
Well, the thing is that you saw the clip of him reacting, and then right after he's like, well, it's obvious it would have happened.
Really?
Yeah, wow. Like right after.
Lied. I rescind what I said. What a cocksucker. And he knew that guy too.
Yeah, that's like fucked. They were going to debate like a month from now and everything.
Yeah. Like, that's crazy saying that about somebody like that you met face to face and you watched a video of their neck exploding and then dying.
Yeah.
Like, that's a wild fucking thing to say, even if you don't like the guy. But anyhow, getting back to where I was here. So that is the main thing that made Charlie Kirk a good target, because if they're gonna take him out, people are gonna start like a straight up divide. Like, there's no doubt about it when something like that happens, right? The left is going to go on their side and celebrate his death, and the right is going to mourn, okay? That is when the arguing and the bickering between the two starts.
Yeah.
And you have people who maybe in a mindset like me, where they actually see the way shit is going. And some of these people I'm seeing are even saying, like, hey, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. He was a great guy, like all this stuff. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that, because I don't agree with a lot of the things he said. But it sucks the guy died, and it sucks that there's a family like without a dad now, and that his daughters are eventually probably going to see that video of him, and that's like, that sucks.
That's haunting. But that's like Bud Dwyer's family watching over that footage.
Yeah,
that's awful.
So this division over this guy's death and this arguing, that's meant to divide people even more. So the next thing you got is oh fuck, I just lost my.
It's all right, man. I just know there was extra angles, and one angle saw the shooter on the roof leave the roof, like right after he did it.
I remembered. And I did see that video. So right now what the left is doing is they're saying we need gun control, right? That's the, for some reason, that's the angle.
Okay, you're good now.
You're going to see that on a lot of like mainstream left-wing news agencies, MSNBC, like CNN, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously the right is very passionate about their guns. You know, they don't want that shit taken away just because some incel shot a guy that they liked. So that's going to spark even more division.
Yeah.
And when the guys with guns start getting mad that you're coming after them, they might be a little more prone to use them. And what I think here is that we just watched a footnote of what is eventually going to be the Second American Civil War. Because of how divisive, which it's a guy died. It's something that shouldn't even be divisive, right? Everybody mourned Kennedy. Remember, everybody mourned Kennedy regardless of your party lines when he died, regardless of anything. But right now we're seeing absolute just savagery from the like left wing, and just this weird like martyr mindset with this guy from the right wing. And it's the perfect, I mean, if this shit keeps going, which it may or may not, it depends with these, you know, like Freemason frickin', you know, the Freemasons and the fucking Talmudic Jews and, you know, these guys that make up, you know, the Skull and Bones guys, all these secret society guys that all make up the frickin' deep state. Like, that's exactly what they want. They want more of this divisiveness. So, like, if we see in, like, sometime before the end of the year, like, a left-wing person, kind of like Charlie Kirk, get shot by, like, a crazy right-wing guy, I wouldn't be surprised. Because it's going to be this tit-for-tat thing until it boils over into an actual conflict.
Well, they already said
they're gearing sorry to cut you off, but where I'm getting at is that they're gearing us up to hate each other. And this was like this is a footnote event in what is eventually going to transpire as a result. So that's kind of where I'm at with this whole thing.
Well, they already had documentation of the shooter, and he supported Trump in the 2020 election. So technically it was a conservative type person shooting at a conservative speaker.
Yeah, but he has like gay, furry, like liberal ideology allegedly on his bullet casings, which, by the way...
Oh, yeah.
So
Notices your bulge, oh, whoa, whatever.
Yeah, I've been seeing these bullet casings, right? And there's one thing I know about the CIA is that they, like during, like, Biden's presidency, they were hiring a shit ton of, like, LGBTQ... and, like, they're getting them to psyop, like, other LGBT people and, like, left-wing people. And, like, they do it on both sides. They literally have agents assigned...
Hold on a second.
Twitter account just to, like, fuck with people and, like, get people to, like, want to kill trans people and shit. Like, that's something they'll actually fucking do.
Yeah.
And the shit I'm reading off of these bullet casings is, like, shit these, like, CIA fucking, like, internet fucking weirdos fucking say to each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's like verbatim shit the CIA fucking says to each other. And there is even leaked communications, like Trump or somebody that Trump hired or something. They dropped them, and these people were having, like, e-sex on the job that was, like, fetishistic furry porn.
Okay.
So it's like this is, like, verifiable. You can't sit here and tell me I'm wrong because it's public information that the CIA has, like, a lot of these people, you know, within their ranks. So, like, I feel like if anybody's gonna put, like, you know, furry brain rot cringe on a freaking, you know, bullet casing, the CIA would be pretty fucking good at it, I think.
Well,
just saying.
Yeah, but it makes you wonder how large of a round he had for the weapon he used.
I believe it was a 30-06 rifle, but I could be wrong. And I mean, I own an M1 Garand. I know I know what a 30-06 will do to something, and it's not good.
Like, would you say that is a deer hunting caliber or no?
Yeah. Dude, deer hunting caliber, it's in the Garand. That was a fucking manhunting fucking caliber.
True.
They hunted Germans and Japanese people with them fucking things, man.
I'm just saying, like...
Before it was a hunting round, it was actually designed to kill people. A lot of people don't realize that about the 30-06.
I just know when I first saw the video of Mr. Kirk getting shot, it was the up close, like closer, like 3 rows back kind of video. And the way his neck pushed in, I was like, that's a hunting rifle. I don't care who says what, that's a hunting rifle right there. Just the way his neck pushed in.
Yeah, it was, I could tell that it was a big caliber. I could tell the dude would, like, definitely, it wasn't like a 5.56 or something like that, you know? Like, Thomas Crooks used a 5.56, and you saw what it did to Trump's ear.
Yeah.
A 30-06 probably would have took that bitch off.
Man.
Like, plain and simple, you know?
But, yeah, the guy was 22, still is alive as of right now, until he probably gets, unfortunately, killed at some point in the future. And I'm saying unfortunately as in, like, not getting info from him. Also, you froze, so I'm going to cut out all of what I just said until you're good. Oh, man. You were working through some freezes, though, so I'm surprised this one's holding up. It's still there. I'll let you know when you're good here in a second. Okay. We're back now. What was I gonna say? I already lost my train of thought. Dang. Well,
but no, I've been saying it for a long time, and we're on a gradual decline here in the world, and there are people in power that are ensuring that us common folk that happens to us. And this is just another thing right here. It's just another fucking footnote.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to cut it out again. It froze again. I'm sorry, it froze again. And I'll let you know again.
No.
Okay, now you're good.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, this is I don't know. I feel like anybody who's actually playing into this division bullshit on the left and right, they're part of the problem. And I'm not saying kill them. Definitely don't do that, because we need our neighbors around. Plain and simple. We need our neighbors. But we can't we can't forget what these people in high places are trying to do to us, and what they're trying to do to our children, and if like our generations to come. They want people to live in a cube. You will own nothing and be happy. This is this is real shit, and people just don't get it, and it really fucking bothers me, because it's such an issue. And it affects everybody. So I don't know, man.
I was going to make the world's weakest comparison, since you brought up the potential second civil war.
Yeah.
It would kind of be like the start of the First World War. A notable guy gets shot, and then a war breaks out.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know how, because I feel like it's going to happen. Like I feel like there's no doubt it's going to happen, and what is left of the United States will be taken over by, what will eventually be world government.
Yeah.
Because we're on that path to a world government. Like the people. You'd hear people talking about the New World Order, right? That's what this, I guess, cabal, for lack of a better term, represents.
Yeah. Somehow I'm gonna jump out of the politics here.
Yeah.
And try to pull into something else. You did mention New World Order. So.
Oh yeah, it's a wrestling thing.
That is a
it?
wrestling thing.
Yeah, those are the guys that killed Charlie Kirk.
God damn it, Kevin Nash, your 6 foot frame shooting this guy. God
Kevin
damn
Nash
it.
fucking comes in and fucking tombstones fucking Charlie Kirk.
Oh, man.
Dude.
That's awful. But the NWO started with the idea of, well, we got 2 guys that are going to team up and be called the Outsiders. It was Scott Hall, this guy that would always have a toothpick in his mouth. His hair would be slicked back. And he would always have a pretty good beard, too. And Kevin Nash, this guy with fabulous long hair and also a pretty good beard. So both of these guys are outsiders because they're from the WWF. But instead, they go to WCW to get paid better. On top of that, Kevin Nash gets creative control on his contract. So, throughout a space of a few months, everybody's like, oh my God, it's the Outsiders. They're beating up Sting and Ric Flair and Arn Anderson. And Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage is there too around the same time. Okay. But you're good now. All right.
What if real quick, what if Ric Flair, what if he was actually Rick Scare, and he's super into Halloween, and his signature move is he goes up to a wrestler and he goes and the wrestler gets so scared he falls on the ground and Ric Flair pins him and wins. That's how he gets the belt every year.
That's awesome. Okay, so the Outsiders are beating up a bunch of the WCW wrestlers, and then Kevin Nash goes, "We have a third guy. You just don't know who it is. You'll find out at," I believe it was Bash at the Beach, but I might be wrong, and you froze again. Okay, there we go. At Bash at the Beach, I believe. So there's a big kerfuffle where it's Randy Savage and I believe Sting and I believe Hulk Hogan are all in one team. And they're fighting just the outsiders.
Dude, that sounds like fucking the damn Yankees of wrestling.
It does.
Like, you know, you got like Ted Nugent and the guy from Styx and like some other guys from some other bands, and they gotta fight Hall and Oates.
Yeah. So
they're a duo.
So they're beating the shit out of each other, and everybody's like, "Wait, this is unfair. 3-on-2. When's this third guy coming through?" So they're fighting. Randy Savage is trying to get tagged in by Hulk Hogan, who is in the ring. It froze again. You have a really good straight face on this freeze, though, but I'll have to cut it again. Okay, there we go. But Randy Savage is trying to get tagged in. Hulk Hogan just beat the shit out of Kevin Nash. And he turns around, and instead of just tagging in and sitting at the turnbuckle, he low blows Randy Savage as he enters the ring.
What a piece of shit.
Hulk Hogan is the third man in the Outsiders. And they swiftly beat the shit out of Randy Savage and pin him. And that's the end of the show. And Hulk Hogan goes, "You just witnessed, brother, the New World Order, brother." And then
dude, I gotta clip that. When he says that. That sounds like something I can use to respond to people.
And then they just kind of ruled wrestling for like 3 years. And a bunch of people shuffled in. Sting was in there eventually. Randy Savage was in there eventually. Lex Luger, a American patriot turned asshole, was also there.
American patriot turned asshole? What the fuck does that mean?
He just became a fucking dick overnight.
Started being a dick?
Yeah, that was it. That was his whole thing.
He was like, "Yeah, I'm going to try this out." And then he tried it out and he really liked it.
Yeah, he was like, fuck, I like being a pain in the ass. Who would have thought? Yeah. But that's the NWO in short. There was like 40 members, I believe, by the end of it, which is fucking crazy. That's like half the roster.
Yeah, no, for real.
But yeah, that's the NWO. In brief notes.
The NWA.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan.
Well, the NWA.
You know something about a brother like me. Never should have been let out the cage match, brother.
Well, the NWA is a promotion. It's a wrestling promotion. It came up before the WWF and WCW.
Yeah. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, there's also TNA, which is the Tennessee one.
Tits and ass. Oh. Man.
Yeah, that was Vince Russo's idea, is just calling it tits and ass in abbreviation. And then they're like, "Wait, we can't just call the brand tits and ass. We got to call it something." So they called it Total Nonstop Action. That's a real name.
Is that a real story that he was just like, I want my wrestling promotion to be called Tits and Ass. They're like, no, that's not, you can't market that.
I also think he tried to book a pair of brothers as like the Twin Towers, but it was like 2003.
Dude, TNA wrestling sounds awesome.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, we're tag team. We have.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I'm so sick of this shit.
Yeah. Do it again. Just do a whole spiel again if you can.
Yeah. All right. From the top. All right. Action. Yo, yeah. This is Tits and Ass Wrestling, and here's our match. It's a tag team match with the 9/11 brothers and the cousin fuckers.
Hell yeah. Future of America television.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was the bit that I got. Just end
There
the
you
fucking
go.
show. Just end the fucking show. I'm not doing this shit anymore. End the show. We're over an hour. End the fucking show. There's no goodbye from me. I'm not giving a goodbye. Bye, guys. Have a good one. No.
Hopefully the technical issues change next week. And it'll be
not.
me next time. Who knows?
Yeah. They're not.
All right. See you guys next time.
Bye, everybody. I lied.